single time he plays someone like Leona, he plays Annie, he will be the guy to start the fights, and he does it so well. Copenhagen VODS as a team, when they don't have him on something where he can engage, often actually just don't know how to start fights, and it hurts them quite a lot.
The last 2 bans was casted in, as Trevor's been harping on about the fact that, you know, force the other team to ban away Kassadin. That's what's happened. SK Gaming banning that one away from Cowtard, and Aurelia, the final ban, taken away from Freddy.
So a lot of bans targeted on Freddy, but yeah, Jax was left open. So you ban away 2 of his champions, and you gave him, at the moment, one of the strongest. But this is Copenhagen VODS saying, we want to make sure we either get the Jax or we get the Yasuo. So we're gonna leave both of them open here and put you in a position where you need to decide which one do we want, because we will get the other one, and also we'll get Lee Sin, who is one of the strongest junglers at the moment.
Yeah, Cowtard on Yasuo, he will be very happy with that. He's got the displacement, of course, from Lee Sin as well, so already got a setup.
Just the combo itself between Lee Sin and Yasuo here, they can instant kill targets in a side lane if they walk out there. Someone is trying to one-on-one defend against the split push. Lee Sin joins in, 1 kick, ultimate is on, armor penetration, everything, and you just destroy people. So very strong start from Copenhagen VODS. They did give up the Jax, however. They had to do it to try and get these comp here. Could be risky with the Jax.
Interesting for SK Gaming. So they've gone with Evelynn Lucian. Thresh was available. Didn't go for the Thresh Lucian combo.
Well, and Rated doesn't actually play it.
No, it does not a great deal, if at all.
It is very rare. If we have even seen him play, it might have been in the start of the last split. He doesn't actually play the champion, so decided to not go with it. Instead to get Lucian. Also considered one of the best AD carries here, so it's a very solid pickup. So far for SK Gaming, it's very standard, but it's very strong, because you can have Lucian in the mid lane, wave clear, he can provide a lot of siege potential onto the towers, and then you have Jax split pushing. Evelynn can roam between the lanes, join Jax up in a split push, turn the fight around. So SK Gaming for now, with the champions they just logged in here, can really do some serious late game split pushing.
I was just about to say let's see which way Wollart's gone. He's played Cogmore and Graves so far, played Graves to very good success, very aggressive as well in the last game when he played it against Millennium. It does look like he's going to have a Lulu alongside him, although no, that would be Youngbuck playing in the top lane.
Could be Youngbuck in the top lane, could of course also be support Lulu. He played it yesterday. It didn't really work out for him.
No.
I mean, there was a lane swap early on, so he didn't get to bully in the laning phase, and then once you got out the laning phase, he actually didn't do too much with the team. He couldn't split push, he stayed with the team, but teamfight-wise, he didn't bring enough. We need to see what he can do today, because they're going a bit of the same style, where you give Youngbuck this top lane, Lulu, and then of course you want to put Cowtard on the Yasuo mid lane. It also means for Yasuo he can go full damage, because you got the wild growth from Lulu to be the tankiness of you.
He may have angered N-rated, I'm not sure. He's looking like he's going to select that.
Oh, it's great. If he's learned to play it or starts to play it, it would be great for SK Gaming, because Thresh overall is a fantastic support.
Well, Thresh is currently being hovered over, as is Kael. For Jez is in that mid lane. We'll see whether he sticks with it. Has tried to go with the Assassins to varied success, I think it's safe to say. It's not worked out, but a long-range farmer. Not too long a range, though.
I swapped away. Come on.
Trying to bait you, trying to reel you in. N-rated switches back across the Morgana.
So the Kael pick, at least, together with Morgana, how do you counter something like a Yasuo jumping on you? How do you counter a pick comp? Well, you got intervention, you got Black Shield to stop the CC, you got intervention to stop all the damage. So just by locking in these two here, teamfight-wise, as long as they don't get knocked up with the target Cowtard is jumping towards, they counter all his damage, they counter his ulti. Very strong for SK Gaming. Again, the wave clear with Kael, with Lucian here, Morgana with the Black Shield, so you can safely go into the wave and actually clear it without being afraid of being kicked back by Lee Sin or take a lot of poke from someone like Lulu. It's going to be very strong for them. The knock-up as well, going to be destroyed by the Black Shield. And then, of course, you just have Jax split pushing all day long.
And, well, or more importantly, when a team fight comes on, you may have an invulnerable Jax jumping into
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That is even worse. If they want to go for full, like if Jax just go full offensive here, they don't care about Candy Panda dying in the back line, or he needs to survive by himself, and Jax just go ham onto the team of Copenhagen VODS. Could be a possibility as well.
Well, we talked about Unlimited going with engaged champions. He's locked in Zyra as the support champion, who we saw actually
yesterday
coming back to
well.
life in All-Star as well in Paris, and of course yesterday.
So with Spell Thieves, she's very strong, or she's strong in the laning phase. She's good against the likes of Morgana, she's good against the likes of Thresh here. Because again, you put up the plans with Spell Thief, you do a lot of early game damage, and as long as you avoid a binding, you're gonna be fine. Your issue is you're very squishy. So one binding, Lucian can all-in you, and there's a high chance you will die. And also, she works as disengage. It's what she does best. She can help Woolite stay safe in the back line, and also she provides a knock-up, of course, for Kaltard. Some synergy with it. Copenhagen Wolves, however, might end up lacking damage. When we go into the late game team fights, if you look at all the damage on the side of SK Gaming, you have Jax, Kayle, Lucian, even Evelynn late game will of course be more tanky, but still she will do some fairly decent damage. Copenhagen Wolves might just simply end up not being able to kill anyone.
Well, we'll see how it works out. Let's check out your votes from lolesports.com, where you've been letting us know who you think will win today's game. According to the numbers, you picked SK Gaming by 85%. We'll see if that plays out, of course. Super Hot Crew only had 9% of the vote in the last game, and they pulled out a win over Alliance.
Looking at the comps, however, I have to agree with the votes. I think SK Gaming won this Champion Select. I think the combo wall is very strong. They have strong team fights, a good wave clear. Of course, they need to survive here. I wouldn't even say they need to survive the early game, because it's not even a bad comp early game-wise. Yes, laning phase, straight laning phase, Copenhagen Wolves should be stronger. Lulu should beat Jax in the early levels. Graves is a good pick against Lucian, also in the early levels. So we need to see if SK Gaming, who's normally weak in the early game, can win it.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 4 underway. SK Gaming as the blue team up against the Copenhagen Wolves as the red team. Of course, Copenhagen Wolves coming into this game off the back of a win over Millennium, whereas SK Gaming went down in game 1 to Gambit. So in terms of momentum, maybe the Copenhagen Wolves will be coming into this one with some renewed confidence.
I think there's just one thing we can agree on. Europe, you can never predict who's going to win. I mean, Gambit yesterday looked terrible. Today, all of a sudden, they looked very strong, beat SK Gaming, who looked terrible today. So it's impossible to say, just looking at the teams, what's going to happen. I predict 8-way tie.
So SK Gaming peaking. Are they going to try and get on towards anyone? Dark Binding could land, of course. Little stealth run from Svenska, and may go in there. Dark Binding does get fired off, does not find its target though on Airwax. He backs away. They're going to get a binding, a ward in towards the bush. And this is the difference. I mean, level 1, we've seen a number of different plays. Some have been purely defensive, some have been overly aggressive, and this looks like it's going to be a simple red buff exchange. Yeah,
trading buffs. What you can do now with trinkets as soon as this are active from 30 seconds is you can always ward your own buff and then invade on the enemy. So you will always have vision if they're going towards your buff. And SK Gaming had a ward earlier on the red buff. It's, of course, already ran out, only lasts for 1 minute. So they saw Copenhagen Wolves ward it. They know there's a chance Copenhagen Wolves will run from their blue buff to the red buff, and they just end up trading buffs. More importantly, SK Gaming, they get the lane swap, exactly what they wanted here, because they want to get Jax away from this Lulu early game. They want to make sure Jax won't get poked and can just pick up some farm once the tower is gone, pick up some farm with the jungler, and get a few levels, and then he can actually start once he hits the level 5-6 point to duel the Lulu. So that's simply why they want a lane swap.
They have got the buddy system going in that jungle area just above us on the Wraith. That will be, of course, Svenska and Freddy. Meanwhile, Kaltard, he's taken some abuse from Jez's.
And very early, Jez is fast pushing. Whoa, Yombok took a lot of damage. Not sure how he got caught out of position here. He knew
Flash
SK
burn.
Gaming would be up in this top side. And Binding must have landed for and raided or something. Even better as well for SK. They get Freddy away from Lulu. They also get the Lucian and Morgana away from this Graves Syra lane, which is a very strong lane, where both Graves is good against Lucian, and Syra is good against Morgana.
Airwax is now coming back across to the blue buff, did steal away the red buff. His own red buff, actually, in his half of the jungle has not been cleared out. They took and left one of those tiny little lizards in there, and does mean, of course, the timers will be a little bit off on the red buff. Freddy is going back in towards that top half of the jungle. Is he going to maybe look towards making a play in the mid lane on Kaltard?
Seems so, at least. He's level 2, he can jump and stun him. Here we go!
Counter-strike on, it's going to land perfectly. No! Kaltard just stepping up the side there, and Jez is not really following through on it either. I don't think he believed either.
He didn't have to, actually. They forced the flash. It was all they needed to do. They wouldn't have the damage to kill Kaltard so close to the tower. Wisely enough, Jez didn't try and flash after him and ignite. And Raiden now is down in this mid lane.
Yeah, because the top lane has been left empty. They've actually gone for a 4-man stack, the Copenhagen Wolves down the bottom here. You can see Freddy and Svenskeren actually in the jungle. Elwax desperately trying to steal away this large golem from them. Now Enrated's going to join them. They're going to try and protect this tower, so it's going to be a 3v4 down in the bottom lane.
Enrated though, still a bit away. He won't be able to provide any kind of wave clear, so they're actually going to give up this tower to Copenhagen Wolves. No, the wave is going to die here, so Copenhagen Wolves need to back away from this one, and then next time the wave come in, they will be in position from SK Gaming side to actually defend.
Binding does not quite land. It will be back off cooldown shortly, but Copenhagen Wolves will step away. This is, of course, buying lots of free time in the top lane for Candy Panda, who is actually behind on Wallite at the moment in farm.
So Candy Panda up here is able to freeze the lane because Youngbuck, I just, on my second screen, went all the way back to the start of the game. He actually walked up to the minion wave and started pushing it towards SK Gaming. So when they went up behind him, they forced the flash away, and also the wave was pushing towards SK Gaming. So Candy Panda just been freezing it for pretty much the entire duration, and that's also why SK sent multiple members bot lane out to defend, because of course Enrated has absolutely nothing to do here.
Jez is in the mid lane, he's got Airwax coming behind him, he's going to manage to pan across towards him with that ward safeguards onto it. Doesn't really worry Jez at all. I think he just simply healed himself, got that little speed boost and walked away from that one. No flash burn.
So we actually see now bottom lane, the two top laners with the supports. Kauta going aggressive onto Jez's, trading some damage back and forth.
Remember, there's no flash available for Kauta, but he has got exhaust if he wants to go for it. And the AD carries are in the unusual position in the top lane at the moment, but Freddy taking some damage, taking a lot of abuse actually there from Lulu. And
this is actually a good move for Copenhagen Wolves, sending Wulite up to the top lane so he can push the wave all the way out so he will reset. He needs to be careful though, Svenskeren is here.
This is the danger of two AD carries. They are pretty much left alone. Svenskeren is going to come around, Wallite's in trouble. They're trying to go towards him, he's going to flash through,
nice.
Hits it nicely, and had to use the heal as well, so both summoner spells burned.
Nice flash, also nice reaction from SK. They knew he would be very, very far up the lane, so instant the gank from Svenskeren. He needs to be careful now.
Waiting to assault him in the bush. He's managed to catch on towards him. He's got eyes. He's managed just to follow through. Jez is in there now. Puts the slowdown and Airwax forces him away.
A lot of action here early on. Both teams moving around the map quite a lot. Mid laners though, farming in here. Kauta, even though his flash was burned, is keeping up in farm. Both of them though, they're not actually looking for kills here in the laning phase one-on-one. It's more when it comes to the big team fights.
Teleport used by Freddy to get back down towards that bottom lane. Has got himself a second Doran's Blade as well as another health pot to try and keep his farm up with Youngbuck. You mentioned that they'd be having problems early on, and you can see obviously Enrated and Unlimited running protective duties. Kauta going on towards Jez. Jez is with no mana now, so he can't really turn this fight around, even if he wanted to. Still hanging on to that flash ignite though.
And he's just staying in the lane because he wants the level 6 before he even thinks about recalling. And of course, his intervention doesn't cost any mana, so he can still use it in case Kauta goes on to him once he hit the level 6 point. Wulite though, he returns to the top lane. Listen, just gonna recall, don't even want to try a gank. Candy Panda though, quite a lot of farm he picked up, can now recall and should be able to get a BF sword.
Yeah, Wallite should be able to catch that back up with this gigantic wave, which is bookshotting his way through, so he's going to clear all that out. Only though, because he went back early, could get that Vampiric Scepter and boots, whereas the BF sword has just been picked up by Candy Panda, and now he's making his way to the bottom lane.
So SK Gaming is again the team who decides the swaps here. Now Freddy, of course, teleport is on cooldown, so you have to recall to base and run all the way up to top lane, so he will lose out on some farm, especially because Wulite is actually fast pushing the wave. Notice here, Candy Panda actually decided not to go for the bottom lane because probably the teleport was down from Freddy. He's gonna lose a wave, but still, actually the only 2 CS ahead now, so Wulite been doing a very good job as well farming.
Yeah, managed to clear that wave, shove it back in towards the tower. Candy Panda, as you mentioned, is back in the top. So, Freddy warding out Dragon. Don't think that's going to be used anytime soon. 7.5 minutes gone in this game, and the buffs are starting to respawn and be picked up. Remember, the red buff was delayed. Blue buff just respawned for SK Gaming. You can already see Svenskeren making his way there for Jez's.
And this is actually pretty good for SK. They get a lot of farm on the AD carry. They get a lot of farm on Jax. Even though he's going to get poked, he can still pick up the farm with the black shield from Enrated, so he can feel safe. He can get CC'd when he actually goes in for the minions, and also he can continue to farm the golems every single time, come back to the lane, pick up some farm. And it's all SK Gaming wants here in this early game. Get as much farm as possible on Freddy so he can start split pushing, get him the Blaze Rune King, get him the Trinity Force, and he's going to become a monster, which nobody from Copenhagen Wolves can do anything against in a one-on-one.
Top lane troubles once again. Woolite with no summoner spells available this time. It could be a two-man dive. You can see Svenskone is going to get spotted out by that tower. Does manage to get the damage down this time around. Woolite goes down. The tower to Candy Panda is not enough. And first blood's picked up by SK.
And they're really abusing the fact that Woolite is stuck in his top lane by himself. And also he's one level behind Candy Panda, but a lot of damage in this bottom lane here.
Yeah, continuing to punish Freddy there. Airwalks is coming around back in towards this mid lane on towards Jesus. Has not hit level 6 yet though, so can't kick him in towards that tower. Still only at level 7. First turret to go. The first turret of the game goes down for SK.
Good play by SK Gaming. Candy Panda, he was free to just push the lane in because Woolite can't duel him one-on-one because he's behind. And therefore Svenskone with an easy gank just walking up there. Freddy's very low.
He's going to go for him. Freddy is low, like you said. He gets caught out there. Counter-Strike is about to run out, and he pulls straight in for it. Hooks him away, but gets caught with the Dark Binding. The tower doing the damage. Can he safeguard away just in time? Wild Growth used to save his life there from Youngbuck. You can see Jesus, he's going for this one. He's going to try and come around. He's got Flash Ignite available. If he can get some vision on Airwax, he's going to turn around. Unlimited's going to be the sacrificial lamb, I feel, here. He's got nowhere to run here. Dark Binding catches on towards him. Jesus eats this one for free.
Perfect for SK. They did lose the tower, however, because Airbox was down there. They got a lot of damage onto it beforehand from Copenhagen. It was early in the game, so it was fairly low. Could at least pick up the tower. Had to sacrifice Unlimited at least. And it was a very important kill onto Jessis, because, again, we talk about how strong SK is in the late game. Get kills on your carries here. It is perfect. They don't even mind giving up a very low tower. Also because they traded for the tower on the top lane earlier.
So SK Gaming 2-0 up and just over 1,000 gold in the lead. Now that the towers are starting to fall, we'll see how they start to play this one out. Of course, the Copenhagen Wolves predominantly used to have issues as they hit the 15 to 25 minute mark. They generally did pretty well in the lanes, whereas SK, they generally did not do well in the lanes. The fact that they are slightly winning out in lane phase may well be a big worry for the Copenhagen Wolves.
Well, it was a smart thing by SK with the lane swaps. It was everything they needed because they had the weaker lane. So as soon as they got the lane swap going, and with Youngbuck who then pushed the lane up in top early on, Candy Panda could just freeze it as long as he wanted. Now they're pushing onto this mid lane because there's no wave clear from Copenhagen Wolves.
Three-man move on towards it. The tower will fall. Svenskone catches a kick, but it will not get followed through. And SK Gaming starting to play by the numbers now as this bottom turret starting to take some punishment from Jesus.
Yeah, really playing the map here, keep moving members around. Freddy's in the top lane pushing all by himself. Youngbuck, he's down the bottom lane. He's gonna come up there and join in. Both have teleport in case a dragon fight should start.
Yep, as Jesus keeps pushing the wave in, Svenskone and Rated are going to come around. And Rated spotted by the ward coverage. Pink ward goes down.
Oh, get away,
that will
man.
get cleared out. Unlimited. What is he doing around the tower? There's a minion wave there. Jesus takes a couple of unnecessary hits, but it doesn't matter. They have more than enough damage to take him down. Intervention is available, but didn't get used by Jesus.
Unlimited managed to do everything in his power here to just lock up the members of SK Gaming. He got the ult, he got the root onto Svenskone, so he was just stuck under the tower. And even if he got the intervention, with the remaining Copenhagen Wolves members arriving, he would probably die anyway.
Yeah, I think he was just out of range actually. N-Rated, though, trying to intercept and interrupt this dragon. Meanwhile, the red buff being taken away by Freddy in the top half of the Copenhagen Wolves jungle. Woolite, again, running defensive duties this time to prevent Jesus on that final outer turret for Copenhagen Wolves. Flash being used again by Kautai. That's Freddy jumping in again on towards him. Those summoner spells are not lasting long for the Copenhagen Wolves.
Oh, second time Freddy forces the flash away from Kautai. It's been a little bit annoying, I think we can say. I don't think Kautai likes it very much at the moment. They do actually now start the dragon because, again, ultimate is gone from Unlimited. Woolite as well is on cooldown, Kautai is on cooldown, Airwalk's on cooldown, everything is gone except for Lulu's ultimate here from Copenhagen Wolves, so they wouldn't be able to contest it, and also they were pushed all the way up in the mid lane.
And while that dragon was happening, Kautai used his ultimate on Candy Panda, didn't take him down though. Candy Panda managed to dash away from that one. There was Airwalks in there as well, so 2v1 and Candy Panda walks out alive while the rest of his team take down that dragon. Teleport back to top lane, Freddy running defensive duties, and actually he's got over that initial study phase, I don't know whether the slow phase.
The weak phase of Jax.
The weak phase, and now of course with that Bilge Wall and Cutlass almost complete, he's going to start hammering down those minions.
And he also stole the red buff, and he didn't have to teleport to the dragon because SK Gaming were in full control, so he could use it to get back the lane, pick up all the farm, and now he can just continue to push. At this point here, it's very scary for Youngbuck to even get close to him, because if he gets jumped here, he's going to flash away. So he's going to be basically just trying to wave clear, and then waiting with his teleport, which is still up. And they also saw Freddy teleport to the tower, so they know it's down. This is why Copenhagen Wolves can try and make a play on the map, because they know Youngbuck will be able to join in.
Jesus takes himself the blue buff. Svenska now making his move towards the top. Look at the damage on that turret. Just a breath of air. I'll take it down. Candy Panda has moved back down here with N-Rated in support. They're pinging heavily on towards Counter. I wonder if that means they're going to try and make a play. Remember, there is no mid turret. And at the moment, Svenska is looking for blood, but Awax is doing the same thing. The problem is he's being spotted out by the wards.
Spot out. There's no tower, however, for SK, so they need to be careful. Svenska, though, he's just staying between the mid and the top lane. In case something happens in one of the lanes, he can quickly join in. Of course, there's no vision on him. Now they're gonna spot him at the tower. He's getting some damage. Lee Sin is coming in towards the mid lane. What can he do?
Oh, he's going to try and go for it. Kautar, though, does manage to sweep in. Ultimate used on Jesus. Has got intervention available. Uses it on himself. Gets a quick turnaround on towards Airwax. He will get the damage down, and Jesus, despite being kicked away, gets the kill down on Airwax.
1 second was all Airwax needed here to pick up the kill. He would have been able to execute with his Q. However, he was the guy to go down. A kill now for SK Gaming, and Freddy up in this top lane is just pushing away.
Oh, they're not done yet. They're going back on towards Kautar. Doesn't have his ultimate. Has the wind wall available, but he just goes straight into the cleaving arms of Jesus. Meanwhile, Freddy, he's going on towards Youngbuck. Has he got the leap strike? Doesn't need it. Uses the flash. Gets himself a kill for SK. It's now 6-1 in their favor.
And this is one of the reasons this Lulu pick in the top lane is so risky against the likes of Jax, against the Shyvana, because if you don't get the one-on-one lane early, you will never get to use your power, your lane bulliness. It means as soon as you swap back, Freddy's just going to be so much stronger than you are, or Jax is going to be so much stronger, and there's nothing you can do. Under the tower, during the entire fight here, Freddy was under the tower, and he still managed to kill him.
Beautiful rhythmic thud of Freddy on Jax, beating down the towers. So now 3-1 in favor of SK Gaming in terms of towers. The first inner turret of the game going down. Dragon going to be some time yet, so SK Gaming maybe going to look at making a play. That bottom turret almost certainly will be the focus. It's on next to no health, and Rated is desperately trying to keep them, zone them away. I think with this wave, they may well push in. Yeah, Walleye already backing away from this one. That's going to be the fourth turret of the game for SK.
We're also going to see the Hurricane build for Jizz. Again, he built it yesterday as well. And it's such a strong build at the moment because, again, it works on on-hit effects. So your Nash's Tooth is going to do damage to people around him. Of course, your auto attack is going to spread out. Your Spellblade from Mastery is going to spread out. Svenska, though, want to catch out Lee Sin here. Airwalks backing away. We've seen some fights in this mid lane. Always gone in favor of SK.
Yeah, well, we said it in the previous game against Millennium when, of course, Kautar was on so we need a little time to get going. This time they're going to go for it again. They've got 3 members, though, and Svenska, and he's going to try and get away, but he's going to get locked up. Teleport comes in. Freddy's going to join in. Counter-Strike is running. Catches on towards Kautar. Invulnerability being used on him as well. Kautar goes down. Youngbuck's going to focus down. Freddy manages to get the kill on towards him. Jez has also picked himself another. Unlimited has to flash away. Everybody from the Copenhagen Wolves is running scared right now. The Dark Binding catches, and Walleye gets dropped down by Candy Panda. Jesse is going deep on this one. He gets himself another kill, and that was a 4-for-1 to SK Gaming and 1 turret. The second will follow.
And SK Gaming was simply so far ahead. Freddy just teleported into the middle of everyone from the Wolves, but he's so strong. Intervention as well. Picks up 1 kill. The rest of the team joins in. It's even with the jungler being dead for pretty much the entire fight, and yet they just pick up kill after kill. Take the tower, take inhibitor. 17 minutes in, and we talked about also how strong the late game comp is from SK. Things are looking very bad.
There we go. You can see, this is what we talked about. The danger of a teleporting Jax. Unvulnerable. He just jumps into the team. They all focus on him because you will get drawn to a teleport.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're just waiting. They're saying, we are multiple members here. We're coming. We can fight him. But he comes in, he gets intervention, stuns the first target. No ulti on Kautar. It's already been used. And then Unlimited, of course, Woolite completely out of position, so they're forced to flash away, and then just another beautiful binding from him. Been a few this game. Very good bindings from him.
Fantastic stuff. Oh, Candy Panda caught out. Now they're going to dive on towards Kautar. Kautar will go down once again It was a 1-for-1 exchange this time around, but the Copenhagen Wolves are having to back out because he's Svenskeren coming around the side. He's on towards Airwax, managing to try and get in there. Dodges out nicely from the Stranglethorns there. Sorry, the root coming down, the grasping roots. Youngbuck now is going to be the sacrificial lamb. He goes down. Wild Growth not enough to save his life, and SK Gaming, they're in danger of rolling through the Copenhagen Wolves here.
Yeah, the Copenhagen Wolves, they had to try something, win for a kill in the mid lane to see if they maybe could take a tower, because they desperately need some gold here. SK are just so far ahead, however, they can respond to it. Now they start the Baron, the pink wall is there, so no vision from Copenhagen Wolves. They should know it's happening, and that's also why they're moving towards it. Can we see a steal?
Baron inside 20 minutes. Oh, Unlimited jumps on, pounced down, taken out. No problem there by Freddy. They do back out of the Baron, but now they're going for Walleye. Jesus is around the side. He's going to dash out of that one. He's got the support of Coutard, but they're simply floundering right now. SK Gaming are running amok in the Copenhagen Wolf jungle.
And they can keep doing this for the entire game now. They are going to be so strong. Just, they can spot him out, walked away from him. Hurricane is completely on him. Look how he's 6-0-3. If you have Jesse on your fantasy team, like I do, you're a very happy man at the moment.
Well, we'll see how that feeds out throughout the rest of the tournament. Of course, there's a lot of games to go through the summer LCS. 28 per team, 128 I think it is in total, something like that. So long time to go, even with anyone with a fantasy team that may be doing well, maybe doing badly. Nevertheless, the Copenhagen Wolves are looking in serious danger of losing this matchup. SK Gaming started off strong, and you know, we talk about how often SK do manage to bring themselves back if they lose the lane phase, but when they win the lane phase, that's a scary time for any opposition.
Oh, 100%. And they've just been extending the lead by good rotation as well when they went to the mid tower, because they knew there was no wave clear from Copenhagen Wolves. Moved in there with multiple members, took it, went for a dragon afterwards. They've just been very good at using the lead to take objectives and just extending it. And every time there was a chance of a team fight, they took it and they won it.
Well, the bottom turret is going to be the next focus target. 4 members of SK Gaming here, while Jesus single-handedly pushes the top wave in, and that's actually against Coutard once again. He's going deep on this one. Windwall being used, does manage to stop the slow and actually takes the tower hits. Svenskeren waiting just off the side to see if he can catch an individual out here, maybe catch a slowdown. Youngbuck's taking bursts of health down to half hit points. He may be the focus. You can see the culling coming out. They're going to put that damage down. Here we go. Svenskeren coming around the side, and Limited caught out. Youngbuck goes self. Is it going to be enough to catch him out? No, it's not. He's going to use that Wild Growth. It will save him. But again, Freddy just motors on through the team. Coutard now in trouble. Jesus has used the intervention on himself. Coutard had to force that one out, but SK Gaming are just taking anything at will.
You can ban all the top laners you want against Freddy, but if you give him Jax and then pick a Lulu against it, it's not gonna work for you. Copenhagen Wolves, even early in the game, they saw SK invade on the red buff at level 1. They knew the lane swap would happen. They would have swapped around in time. They didn't, and now they're getting punished for it.
Confident Jez is coming through, taking down your AD carry and your support all in one. It's a 2-for-1 deal right now, and SK Gaming are just taking everything they need. Coutard's trying to come in onto Svenskeren, but they just don't have the damage available. The inhibitor turret goes down, the inhibitor will follow, and SK Gaming, well, they could roll on through the base right now.
Please get every single inhibitor down. The wave up in the top lane. It's going to come to the tower. They can join in with it or play it safe. Back away a little bit. Svenskeren is fairly low. Very low in mana at least. So he's going to back away. And SK Gaming, happy enough taking 2 inhibitors.
It's 8-1. 21.5 minutes into this game. 18-3 in kills. It is a gigantic gold lead. And well, you just need to look at some of the stats for SK Gaming's players. 0-0-11, Dark Bindings being landed left and right by N-Rated. 8-0-3 for Jesus. I've never seen him playing so confident in the LCS. And you got to think back. This team was pretty much, it was brand new coming into the spring split. They came back from 3-2 in the spring promotion tournament. They managed to finish top of the league. They really turned it around, joined together as a team. And you just saw there, 14-17 or something crazy stats for Jesus. He really has turned it around from basically the new player we saw in the LCS last spring.
Also, he started out being very nervous. He said it in interviews. I was nervous. I didn't want to make any mistakes, so I decided to just stay back and farm. All of a sudden now, he feels a lot more confident. SK Gaming as a team, they know how to play. They've been doing it for the entire last split, and it's what they're using now as well.
Well, they are one of the only teams that have used a sports psychologist, and it seems to have worked wonders. Airwax in trouble. He just gets cleaved down by Jesus. Make that his 10th kill. And now Svenskeren, he's in amongst the players. Unlimited's trying to run away, but you can see those hate spikes just burning through his hit points. One more hit will do it. Svenskeren tries to follow through. Coutard's going to get caught out. Jesus gets himself another kill on the board, and SK Gaming just cleave down the final inhibitor turret, and the inhibitor follow. 9 towers down, 20-3. SK Gaming no doubt in control here, and will finish the game.
And SK Gaming simply punished Copenhagen VODS for a weak early game, and that's why they're winning.
And fantastic performance here from SK Gaming. There's going to be the first Nexus turret down. The second one will follow. Intervention does get used out just to save the day briefly, but SK Gaming are working down the final Nexus. Oh, they want some kills. They got themselves picked in their own fancy teams, maybe. Who knows? You can see that's going to be the Nexus going down. Freddy picks up a death. People won't be happy with that one, Freddy. You were 8-0-2. But nevertheless, SK Gaming take a confident victory here in Game 4 of the day.
And they simply had an answer to everything Copenhagen VODS tried to do. When Copenhagen VODS sent Wula to the top lane to push out the wave against Candy Panda, they just sent Svensson up there instantly, ganked him, forced his summoners away. Candy Panda then returned to the top lane, pushed the wave into the tower. Svensson joined up once again. This time there was no summoners on Wula, ganked him under the tower, killed him, easy peasy, took the tower as well, extended the lead. Meanwhile, Jax in the bottom lane was just farming away, getting some levels, get towards the Cutlass, then he went top lane and nobody could stop him.
That game didn't even reach the 24th minute. That was probably the quickest one we've had in the summer so far. I'm pretty certain of that one. Dominant performance by SK Gaming. They're